If you're watching this on a Sunday, we already have something in common. We like getting a jump on the week. I'm Louie Bernstein, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this inaugural edition of the Sunday Starter. I plan to keep these video newsletters to 3 minutes or less, but since this is the first edition, it'll be just a bit longer because I'd like to give you a little background on why I'm doing these newsletters. It all started very early in my sales career. I was knee-deep in a big sale. It would have been the largest sale for the company that year. It was an enterprise-wide opportunity that was worth over $1 million. As you can imagine, the competition was fierce, and the pressure from my management was intense. They wanted this deal very badly, and they let me know at every chance they got. I was into the 7th month of the sales cycle when I found myself one day unable to move, sitting in my car in the office parking lot and thinking, I'm not sure I'm going to get this sale. If I don't win this deal, I may get fired. If I lose, my reputation will be badly damaged and I may not get another job. Plus, I won't get promoted. Maybe I should just quit now. To add to the pressure, I had just bought my first house and our first child was on the way. What would they think of me, the great provider? That was a negative thinking spiral. I was not allowing any room for positive, motivating thoughts. No room for hope. Unknowingly, I had blocked them all out. And it's that point when I first realized I needed resilience if I wanted to stay in this game. So that's what the Sunday Starter is about. It's not only about you staying in the game, but excelling at it. The Sunday Starter is about you and how you can excel at the business game no matter where you are right now in your journey. And we all start at a different place. It doesn't really matter. Regardless, the key is to start. I believe the mind is what separates really successful people and salespeople from those who don't reach their full potential. This is what I call the iceberg effect. You only see the top 10% of an iceberg. It's the 90% that's hidden below the surface that nobody sees but you. That 90% that keeps you stuck or propels you to your full potential. And that's what I hope to achieve with this newsletter, helping you bring your A game to work every day. The Sunday Starter is about jumpstarting your week and being the best that you can be. Abraham Maslow, the founder of the self-actualization movement, said, what one can be, one must be. I'm with Abe. Over the next series of newsletters, we're going to cover topics to help you with motivation, building mental strength, gratitude, the importance of simplifying problems, fear, being able to really focus at work, professional envy, stopping negative thinking, consistency, mastery, and a bunch more. I'll pick a topic to give you something to think about for the week. You'll also get an action item or two to put the idea into practice so you can use right away and be on your way to being the best that you can be. So let's get going with the first topic. Of course, building resilience. That day in the office parking lot, I realized building rock-solid resilience was an essential ingredient if I wanted to have a rewarding career. If you aren't resilient in business, most days will feel like a challenge, sometimes worse. Every day in business, we get knocked down. Prospects hang up on us, the bank cancels our line of credit, people don't show up for meetings or demos, deals get delayed for no apparent reasons. Any of these sound familiar to you? And to add to this, people are spending more time alone. Virtual offices, Zoom meetings, and only communicating with customers over the phone. All of these things can have a really negative effect on our resilience. So let's define it. What is resilience? Well, to me, resilience is having the mental fortitude to get knocked down 7 times and get up 8. It's recognizing the reality of our situation, whatever it is, and pushing ahead. It's knowing there will always be obstacles, no denials, but making and implementing a plan to get through or around those obstacles. Having resilience is knowing we will fail, but making sure it's not our last failure. And having resilience is knowing that each knockdown makes us stronger. In business, you need to develop your response to things like We went with your competitor. We won't be renewing our agreement. The budget's frozen. What's your response? And I don't mean to the person telling you this, although you need that too. I mean, how do you respond internally? That's what will determine if you're building resilience or going backward. So to get ourselves in what I call business battle ready shape, here's your action item and your mission, should you decide to accept it. This one's simple. Next week's is a bit tougher. Create a resilience notebook. It doesn't have to be a pen and paper. It can also be a phone or a tablet. Whatever it is, always keep it nearby. When something negative happens to you, so you get knocked back on your heels, you can get knocked down, get out your resilience notebook and number one, write down the date and exactly what happened. 2, write down how you feel about it and why. Take as much time with this part as you need to, right? We need to get it all out there. 3, ask questions about the event. In sales, we have something called the 5 W's and an H. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. This will give you 6 questions to start understanding your situation. Used in the context of building resilience, these questions will break down your situation into smaller, more manageable pieces. You're simplifying. The way you answer these questions will determine your future, whether you learn and grow or fall back to where you were. I'll start you off and give you a few example questions. What caused this to happen? Who was involved? Is there a pattern here? How did I initially respond? When did I first start to notice it? How did I handle this before? That's important. If you had a resilience notebook, you'd know. What could I have done differently? How will I turn things around? And what is my plan? Keeping a resilience notebook will not only help you with your current situation, but it will give you a history to refer to the next time you get knocked down. I use a resilience notebook, and it's extremely helpful. I also use it as part of my daily journaling, which we're going to talk about too. Oh, on that big sale where I was filled with doubt sitting in my car, I won it. But it was a wake-up call. And sometimes that's what it takes to move you forward. Maybe these ideas on resilience will move you forward. Well, that's it for this week. I hope it was helpful and it gets your week off to a great start. I'm going to put out a new Sunday Starter as often as I can. So if you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified every time there is a new issue of the Sunday Starter. And please comment below with your take on resilience. Don't be shy. With your comments, we help each other be the best we all can be. My father used to have an expression. One hand washes the other, and together they get clean. Thank you, and see you next time.